reading from this book, Walk Among the Bogus. I took the title from Basil Bunting and a line in Brig Flats, his great poem, "Poet so appointed, do not decline to walk among the bogus." And read the first part, which is called the Selected Poems of George Sanders. George Sanders, mostly a B-movie actor, but did some excellent A-movies too. A great curmudgeon, and I lifted many of these from his autobiography and imagined others in his curmudgeonly voice. Being a person of the highest taste, I am continually incurring my own disapproval. It gives me no particular satisfaction to think that actors more mediocre than I are hailed as great. It merely proves what lamentable taste most people have. Best supporting actor, best minor poet, best copy of an original Manet, second best bus driver in a second city of a small country. My function was to construct a tower so the world could applaud a light that flashed on top of it. In art, proficiency can be obtained, but in life, little more can be done than to make the best of a bad job. I am happy to have reached mediocrity. In his writings, he shows all his tenderness toward Tyrone Power and Zsa Zsa Gabor. Other than that, he just kind of hates humanity. Well, it is Tyrone Power, though. These are the Tyrone poems. Adoring someone is better than being adored. That I wanted you at all seems like the height of improbability. Another pink sunset graces this hotel, ready to win my beachhead on the shores of immortality, and to look upon tragedy as an episode in the wonderful spectacle of life. On the death of Tyrone Power. For no particular reason, I was turning morbid thoughts over in my mind as I exited the Ritz. The picture was more or less on schedule. The scene to be shot was the final duel in the picture in which I was to die. Tyrone was glowing with enthusiasm. Tyrone wandered off toward his trailer, and I made for mine. Tyrone had some kind of spasm. He was sitting on a chair, twisted over on his left side, holding on tightly to his arm. His face looked sort of bluish, but he greeted me with a smile. Tyrone's funeral. People brought boxed lunches, bawling babies, and hula hoops. Loud cheers announced the arrival of Yul Brenner. They became so unruly that the police were obliged to put into effect riot procedure number 3, whereby they control the crowd simply by riding into it in a phalanx. Exhaust shattered the air, drowning Cesar Romero, who was speaking the elegy. For Tyrone Power. As we grow older, we are haunted by the exquisite temptations we hadn't the courage to yield to. And on to his other love, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Riding in on a rush of garble, slightly more diverting than a pink sunset scene from a hotel window, proud, maudlin, pouty, full of self-pity, magnificent set of problems, a masterpiece painted on the ceiling of my imagination. I never met Zsa Zsa. We collided in Nassau, in Cuba, in Hollywood, and finally in Las Vegas. Zsa Zsa is perhaps the most misunderstood woman of our times because she is guileless. She allows her vitality and instinct to spring forth with distortion. She is whole cloth, an isotope of femininity in a sense. Zsa Zsa was like champagne, but also radioactive and fissionable. And I, as her husband, was hard put to keep up with her standard of evanescence. After our divorce, Jaja and I enjoy a more harmonious relationship. No one is a better companion on a trip, even if it involves roughing it. There is no better date than Jaja Gabor. He had this ongoing thing with hating Rex Reed. Rex Reed, that cunt, didn't like me much. I wasn't feeling well. The picture was bad. I'd been on location in Spain, had to make do with thin wine and seedy-looking altar boys. Jaja and I were 3 marriages removed. My best years, such as they were far behind. But for some reason, laughter came easy. People confused me with Lord Henry Wotton. I found this flattering. I used a cane and spoke in epigrams stolen from Wilde. Nobody noticed. Rex Reed, that dumb fuck, came into the hotel. I pulled out my pistol, a prop from the Kremlin letter. He did a kind of stagey duck with his hands in front of his face. Don't shoot. Gave him 2 choices. I would brain him with my cane or fill him full of lead. I let go with a couple of blanks. He beat it quick. Never saw him again. Sometime later, he told Mike Douglas that I was the worst interview. Some people have no sense of humor. And it's from the final chapter of his autobiography, completely lifted. But we put it into lines and then we could call it a poem. And it's kind of touching in a depressing way. I'm dying now, so I never sing, around the house or anywhere. I'm a cynic. I don't know where society is going. I'm happy knowing I won't be around to see it. I look around at has-beens and would-bes who work so hard at being charming and amusing at parties. Nothing doing. I stay at home. I sleep in an Inverness cap and a fur parka. I'll never have children. Can't stand the grubby brats. I think all the fun has gone out of everything. I wish you all good luck with your miseries.